Welcome back to DTV. I'm Peter Harrison, and I'll be your host for this week. Our first item is a collection of montages from the Intro to Video classes. Coming up next, we have Creative Culture by Aleah Jones.
Our culture has been wired to be a digital culture. We are always wondering how we can be entertained. What can we get out of culture? But what happens when we add to the culture instead of just take from it? To find out, we are going to talk to a group of people who are probably the most stereotyped for being addicted and involved with digital culture: teenagers.
Creativity is important because basically everything we have now is based off of creativity.
I think creativity is important because it really helps you get to think outside the box, and if nobody was creative, then our world would look a lot like the same, and it wouldn't be very fun or interesting, and allows people to express themselves in different ways and just to see everybody's different gifts.
I think creativity allows everyone to make distinct and unique contributions to society. For example, like if a great scientist hadn't lived, like Einstein, his ideas would still have been discovered by someone else. But if someone like Beethoven or Mozart hadn't lived, their music we never would have heard, or some of the greatest artists, we never would have seen that art. So it gives people something more unique to contribute.
There's so many denominations of creativity that you could get into, and it's just really cool because people get to express themselves in the way that they want to show other people who they are.
I think creativity is important because it kind of fuels our culture. Without creativity, there can't really be a competitive environment in business, in marketing, or in society in general.
I would say my favorite creative endeavor would probably be animation, specifically because I'm really big on like creating characters and being able to bring what I have in my head to life, and I feel like animation definitely gets into that. And especially because I feel like people don't really appreciate it as much as they should. Like old Disney, for example, was so big and it was so beautiful, and there's like so much work that gets put into it.
I really enjoy sewing or anything with clothing or textiles. I also enjoy drawing, painting, lots of different art mediums. Anything where I get to express myself and change something so it looks how I want, I think is a lot of fun. And I love colors and textures.
I really enjoy playing music. So I play violin, piano, and cello, and piano is definitely my favorite.
I have a lot that I enjoy, like sewing, costuming, drawing, just basically anything. But my favorite right now is just drawing, like filling up a sketchbook, because I don't know, I'm able to get my mind working.
This is actually knitting what I'm doing. I have crocheting in this bag here. I think what I really like about it is that it's not necessarily all freedom. There are patterns you can follow and such, but at the same time you can do whatever you want with it. So I like that it's really a versatile medium in that aspect.
I feel like everyone, even if you're not like an artistic person, everyone should dive into it at some point. You know, try to create anything, even if it's just like a stick figure.
Creativity definitely combats digital culture by allowing people to actually get hands-on in what they're doing, which helps activate the brain and helps with your fine motor skills and everything, because watching and seeing something looks way easier, but then when you try to do it, you really have to think about it.
I think creativity gives people something different to do. If you have something you're really passionate about, you're not going to waste time scrolling social media, and you'll do something that you love and that's productive.
I think it's really important compared to technology. It just offers so many more opportunities and experiences that you won't get if you're just online all the time.
I think digital culture has a sort of feel of conforming to everyone else. And so I think creativity combats that because we're not blindly going along with the crowd. We're actually thinking about what we're saying and what we're putting out there and how those around us perceive that aspect of us.
I would just say to anybody who's out there debating trying something new, definitely go for it. Trying anything creative is always fun. You get to express yourself, learn something new. And you never know what skill you'll pick up that can be really useful for the future.
I am part of creative culture.
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 Next we have a security interview by Cambree Wiscovitch.
I choose to work on the high school security team so I could get in the building and coach basketball. And then just the security job was open, so I applied for it. The main reasons was to be in the building so I could coach basketball. I like working with the kids every day, building relationships with kids, and then working with my coworkers. Every year there's something new. I mean, there's vapes that come out that look like pens and look like USB ports, different things like that, just the new technologies that come out. I believe good people skills, get along with all kinds of peoples, girls, guys, different kind of races, different kind of everything, just get along with everybody. Well, for me, first block, I sit at the window every day, so first and sixth block. Second block, I walk around. I got the hallway duty. Third block, I have lunch attentions. And then fourth and fifth block, I'm usually walking around, checking bathrooms, doing all that. And then after school, me and Mr. Dunn have bus duty.
And lastly, we have DTV Crew Hobbies, Part 1, featuring Alaura Miller by Zoe Shreve and Della Gutierrez.
What's your name and grade?
I'm Alaura Miller and I'm a junior.
Okay. What would you consider your hobby to be?
I cosplay.
What do you mean by cosplay, really?
I go to Goodwill and thrift stores like that, and I find clothes that match or something that I can alter because I also sew. And then I have a lot of makeup too, and I think that's my favorite part about it, is I can make cool little fun makeup looks with the cool new clothes I got. So yeah.
Well, what is cosplay?
What is?
Yeah, what is it?
Well, I like to make the costumes of like my favorite characters from shows or movies, so yeah, I just find the character I really like and I steal their outfit.
Can you give like an example of like any of these characters?
Well, I like to cosplay things from like musicals. I cosplay a lot from the guy who didn't like musicals. I also like to do comic book characters. I recently cosplayed like Starfire, Batgirl, stuff like that.
So what do you usually do with like, these cosplays?
I take cool little photos or TikToks or whatever, but I just like to do something, and it helps me practice sewing. I don't go to like conventions or anything, it's just a me thing.
What do you think got you into this hobby?
I get really into whatever I like my favorite movie or TV show, so it gives me like a sense of comfort, I guess, and if I'm bored and I really need to do something, it helps me. So.
And now, on to sports.
It's sports time!
Last Friday in varsity football, the Derby Panthers beat campus 62-7 in the first round of the playoffs.
Today we'll be playing the Junction City Blue Jays in the second round of the playoffs.
That's all for this week of DTV. See you next time.
DTV, signing off.